Hello everyone, so without wasting much of your time, let's go to the North Gauteng High Court. But before we go to the North Gauteng High Court, I've got a question in mind regarding Binky. Binky, she found discrepancies in the, what do you call this, the information that the state sort of altered from her PDF. And she brought this to the attention of the state, but the state still came to court and presented the misinformation that she had gone and said to them, listen, this is not correct. And then I started asking myself, but there is a law in South Africa, considering the fact that she went to school and then she does something about corruption, no fraud and stuff like that in Vodacom. And I was like, but there is a law. There is a law that forces Binky to supposed to have gone to the authorities and reported that the PDF of Vodacom with cell phone data that is going to go and be part of evidence in a criminal case or a murder trial is going to be presented regardless of my advice, or at least pointing out that there is discrepancies in there which is not truthful, and therefore also might bear in a bad light for Vodacom and myself. And then I started thinking about that law, and then it hit me. It's this one. It's called the Prevention and Combating of Corrupt Activities Act. So basically, this act, what it does is the key statute on corruption in South Africa. It provides the general offense of corruption as well as specific offenses. It also provides for investigative measures as well as preventative measures in the fight against corruption. So there are specific corrupt activities that this particular law does force each and every one of us. It says it provides for general offense, but general offense also includes the general public. It doesn't matter what position you are in society or in government or wherever you may be. We all are obliged by this act or this piece of law to report where corruption is being done. But Binky, she sat on her laurels and did not do anything. And then she still came on the stand despite knowing that she may be talking on lies, and chances are she's also going to be misleading the court with the information that the state had recooked from her PDF. She said nothing. I'm wondering, like, I'm seeing her not actually making it out of this as a free woman as well. She is going to be one of the accused in the dock once Mr. Mnisi, or accused number 5, has laid a criminal cases against a whole lot of them. Why did she violate the Prevention and Combating of Corrupt Activities Act is what I am trying to understand. Also, what about Vodacom itself? Is it not an institution that should safeguard its own reputation, its credibility, and also its legal person? Because I think accused number 5 can also go for Vodacom for trying to pin a crime that he did not commit and throw him for the rest of his life. Of course, he is already. But this also is an addition to what he's already serving. That money could go to his family while he is at Diligelwa jail, basically spending his entire life, because he's got 6 sentences or 6 life sentences for being an Inkabi, allegedly. In fact, is it allegedly now? No, he's convicted. So it's a fact. Anyways, let's go to today's proceedings at the North Gauteng High Court in Judge Rata's courtroom. Who you could tell that he is itching. Rata is itching because he did try now and again. He jumped at the gun once when Sibanda stood up because he needed to be seen to be doing something. And the interesting part about Sibanda standing up, he was telling Shololo what he's been doing for the past 2 months with Binky, basically reading each and every one of those numbers, and he's telling Mshololo that, hey, you're wasting court's time. Can we go straight to the point? I like Mshololo's response to both Rata and Mr. Sibanda, that she did not tell the state how to conduct their own lead. And then Rata's like, okay, because he was trying to agree with Sibanda. Anyways, let's get to what happened today. So today the court resumed and Mshololo took to the floor. And basically, what I'm not going to talk much about Mshololo's cross-examination because I think right now she's just laying the foundation. First foundation, or the first layer of her foundation, was for Binky to confirm some things so that the entire cross-examination leads somewhere. And I think there is something that I believe Mshololo is getting at, and it has everything to do with Binky rather than with the state. That is why I'm asking the question that I'm asking: why did she deliberately, or maybe I don't know, what made her do what she did? She's been sitting there for almost 2 months, and she could have looked at the judge and say, "My lord, this information that I'm being read here, or I'm reading here, it's inaccurate. I had submitted a PDF with accurate information from Vodacom, and that document, you cannot corrupt it, you cannot alter it, you cannot do anything except us at Vodacom. I think even themselves at Vodacom, they cannot alter this information, not utter the information, Mr. Mnisi pronunciations." So Pickett did confirm that she is the one that sent the PDF format to the state. I think she said it to the MPA, which is the state anyways. And of course, she did mention that the investigating officer would have come with a subpoena, and some of this information would have been given to the IO. And I was like, this is not good, because we know who the IO, the person that stood and said, "I'm the lead investigator." Somewhere, somehow, I feel like he's going to come back and say, no, 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 no. There are 4 of us who are investigating officers, and I'm not the lead investigator here, because the Titanic has just broken into half. And the first half is already going down, and it's going to pull the rest of the ship to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, called corruption. Then Mr. Mshololo told Binky that the information that she's busy reading, is it from the PDF or is it from the Excel spreadsheet? And she said, no, this is the information that I sent. Then Mr. Mshololo was like, well, the defense does not have the PDF format, we have the Excel format. And Binky said, we compile information or data information through PDF. What happens thereafter, it's out of our control. Which is correct, and I agree with her. But I'm still asking, because she does come back when Mshololo asks her about the truthfulness of the data. And she said, well, this data does not match our data. Did you bring it to the attention of the state? She said, yes, she brought it to the attention of the state. Now the question is, what did Mr. Baloy told her? Or what threats did Binky get from Mr. Baloy or from Mr. Gininda, and told her to shut up and follow whatever protocol that they had created so that they can pin this case against innocent people? What is it that Binky does not want the world to know? Because that is exactly what they used against her. Because she could have easily, with her good conscience, went and opened a case of fraud, because she went to school for that, and her department at Vodacom, it looks at things or safeguard against things like that, as Mr. Mnisi had asked her. And that is why Mr. Mnisi was said to her, you need to be honest. And unfortunately, now that I'm looking at everything, and I'm like, oh my goodness, for almost 2 months, Binky was dishonest all along. It's only now that the ish has hit the fan, and now she wants to jump out of the Titanic into the lifeboats so that she does not go down with the ship, and she's on 3rd class. Yeah, she's right at the bottom of the ship, and she needs to find a way. So like I said earlier, I believe that Mr. Mshololo is building a foundation with Binky. And I think where she is headed to is to expose Binky that she herself is as dishonest as the state and also the investigating officer for wanting to pin a case against innocent people, particularly her client. Because Binky sang like a canary when she was releasing this information. Stain's affidavit or Stain's work versus her work. Stain, this is another thing that I just realized while I was thinking about this. I'm like, okay, It seems to me that Steyn did not retire, but resigned. But then somebody went to him and said, oh, no, 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 no. If you resign, there are going to be questions. Questions that may lead to us being exposed because you may end up talking. Versus when it's a retirement, nobody asks questions. Why did you retire at 50? I mean, you can give all kinds of reasons and people will take that reason. Versus when you have resigned. So I think his resignation letter was converted into a early retirement or retirement because Steyn had to protect the integrity of the state when it came to this case. Now that the ish has hit the fan, I keep wondering what is Colonel Steyn is thinking right now. If I were him, again, I'm in this hard place, and a rock and a hard place. Who do you go and report this to? Who do you, let's say Steyn decides to develop a conscience and saying, no, all this thing is wrong. This is wrong. And then now he wants to go and report this. To whom does he go and report? Because he can't go to Batohi, the NDPP. He can't go to Senzo Mtulu, or maybe he can go to Senzo Mtulu because he has to prove a point as well. But and if she goes to what do you call this? If he goes to Senzo Mtulu, what if Senzo Mtulu and the former minister are buddies? And then he's looking at this and like, my buddy cannot go to jail. This is my comrade. They say, watch out for the comrades. So there's a lot going on in my head as I was listening to Binky today. I really got the time to listen, and my two IQs were like, the person that is in trouble here is Binky. She is going to be part of the accused. She's going to be a co-accused, probably accused number 5 of a slew of people. Because a 205 is a subpoena, a truthful information that needs to be disseminated or submitted or whatever the case might be. But it was altered, and she knew it was altered, and she said nothing. And she comes to court and testify on lies. Now, which makes me go back to the time when we were introduced to her for the first time. Remember, she was coughing, she had some illness, and I think that weekend where we, adjourned early, I think she was feeling like scared, and she needed to go and think about this. Maybe somebody came back and said, hey, listen, over the weekend, you are not going to be thinking anything otherwise. You are going to go with the script that we already cooked up for you, okay? And then she came back on Monday. She's feeling a little bit bad. No, Tuesday, the 11th of June, I remember. And she was feeling a little better. But that's when the lies began on her side. Basically, dropping or delivering or submitting on record false information that Gininda and also Baloy allegedly gave it to her, discarding her own truthful information in the form of a PDF. So, of course, Binky did confirm that Mr. Steyn's information has discrepancies. It's a lie. The truthful one is the one that she has with 649 pages, not these little abstracts that they had altered. It was also interesting to hear the real numbers that were read by Steyn, Rose, and everybody else, I think Mabasa as well, to be belonging to some people. And Hussein was there, and Mchali was there. There was another person, as Ondwandwe was there. Like, wait, where does it say Fiso Mushentuli in all of this in the RICA? Nowhere to be found. Absolutely nowhere to be found. So all these phone calls that were made by a number supposedly belonging to accused number 5, I was thinking, again, my two IQs, these people, I mean, we saw Muhola in court scribbling away, listening and correcting things. I think, in my own opinion, because we don't see her there no more. I think they were tweaking some numbers. I mean, of course, some of us may have similar numbers, but the ID, the last four numbers, you can tweak two or three. And once you tweak two or three, of course, that number no longer belongs to Clantis. It now belongs to somebody else. Why didn't they count on that? That if we tweak a digit or two, that number, if it goes under scrutiny, it's going to reveal the real owner, not the person that we are trying to pin this on. It was also interesting to see Kelly Kumalo basically escaping slowly but surely from the accusation that she's the mastermind in the killing of Senzo Meiwa, as well as the mastermind that hired these five men that stand accused of killing Senzo Meiwa. Because these numbers not even once link Kelly Kumalo with any of the five people that stand accused of killing Senzo Meiwa, let alone any of the other people, Don Dwandwe, Hussein, and whoever else made a call to her or her making a call to them around the 26th of October 2014 or the 15th of October 2014 or the 2nd of August 2014. Which to me, I was saying, yeah, it makes sense now. I mean, an investigating officer comes and tells the court and reveals the name of the mastermind, the person that is responsible for the killing of Senzo Meiwa, and nobody goes and make an arrest on Kelly Kumalo. They did not arrest Kelly Kumalo because they knew if Kelly Kumalo was arrested, she would have to be taken to court, magistrate, and then have a trial. And at trial, these numbers or this accusation will not stand. Therefore, exposing the MPA and also the MPA not even having a prospect, an ounce of prospect of winning that case, because it would those numbers or that accusation would have been exposed in her trial. So that is why they were like, let's not arrest her. But you and I, if our names are mentioned in court as people that were involved or somehow involved, we would have been accused number 6, 7, 8, and so on. It makes sense now. This entire case is a fabrication. The state fabricated this information that Binky is busy reading in court and correcting on record. So Mr. Msharolo did ask Binky about the PDF, when was it sent, to whom it was sent, as well as what else did she ask of Binky? Oh, to study why the 2014 records are still showing after 2019 versus other information where she said Vodacom systems only keep records for 5 years. But we are hearing records of 2014 and 2010 in court. So Ms. Mshololo gave her a homework to make sure that she comes with the date of when she sent the PDF format data, as well to whom she sent it to, and then study why the 2014 records are showing 2019, after 2019. Also, the other thing that she wanted Binky to do is to find the date when she compiled her statement to correct the state about the discrepancies in the in the evidence. So Binky said she was going to do so this weekend. Also, the plotting of the maps or coming up with some as well as finding out exactly where in Basutu Hostel is a tower that she can work around with Binky. Binky said she would do all of that stuff during the weekend. Are we gonna see a Zungu vibe thing? You remember Zungu was supposed to go to KZN? You remember that story? Are we gonna see a judge that's going to prepare a judgment and then on Monday to try and time will tell. Monday is not far from today. The other thing that was interesting was Miss Mshololo asking Binky about the 205 that basically allowed Miss Binky to write a statement. I was like, okay, I don't know about that. I didn't know that you. Okay, anyways. All of these things are going to be shown on Monday by Binky. So overall, my thoughts are Binky is in trouble. She's in big legal trouble. And I don't think that she will be able to escape this one. I think Vodacom is also in trouble when it comes to accused number 5. Probably all the accused, because their names were also mentioned in the so-called phone numbers. So yeah, this is what we are facing. The state looks like it fabricated this case altogether. Clearly, the 5 men that stand accused of killing Senzomia are not the right people. If anything to go by with what we heard today, none of these people are guilty of killing Senzomewa. Now, who killed Senzomewa on the 26th of October 2014? And the answer lies with the people that were with Senzomewa on the 26th of October 2014. And the clan has an idea who that might be, because he split. One time he has his phone, the other time the police confiscated it. And we have a father of his who loves the radio stations. Other than that, guys, let's see each other again. Before you leave, please make sure to smash me the like button, because you know already what the like button does. If you are considering subscribing, don't forget to click the bell notification so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Let's see each other again next time with my new video. Goodbye.